Hello everyone, and welcome to another Asbury Woods virtual visit. I may sound like Miss Melissa, but I am actually her secret twin. She's invited me here to her backyard so that I can showcase my specialty. You see, I have a degree in MS. Masters of Science? No, mad science. I've brought 3 experiments for you to try at home today. Now you see, I was told that I'm not allowed to blow anything up, so my experiments are a little more on the tame side. They use items that you probably already have laying around the house. We'll go over the items that you need for each experiment as we go along. Are you ready to do some mad science? Before we get started, I have just a little bit more information for you to help make your science experimenting a little bit more successful. You may be wondering, where should we do these science experiments? I would recommend the greatest lab of all, outside. Find a nice spot outdoors, in your driveway, in your backyard, wherever can get just a little bit messy, because these experiments may get just a little bit messy. I have my lab coat to help keep me protected. If you have a lab coat, go ahead and wear it too. If you don't, an old pair of clothes will do just fine. Now, some science experiments can be a little bit dangerous and require goggles and gloves. Today, these science experiments shouldn't do our bodies any harm, so I'm just simply wearing mine for fashion. Make sure you have a nice table space or flat area to do your science experiments, and we'll go ahead and get started. Let's get started with our first experiment. Now, I was told no explosions, but I thought just for the fun of it, let's do a itty-bitty little teeny tiny explosion. This experiment is going to use our vinegar and our baking soda. I have already pre-measured them out according to the instructions, and let's see what happens when I mix them together. Woo! Behold the fizzing and bubbling reaction. Why did that happen? When these 2 ingredients were mixed together, it created carbon dioxide gas that bubbled right over the top of my little bowl. For our next experiment, I am going to magically dunk this paper towel down into a bowl of water, but keep it dry the entire time. How can I do this? Mad science, that is how. I am first going to take my piece of paper towel and fold it into a tiny square. Haha, here we are. I'm going to take a big piece of tape, enough to cover the paper towel, and my little tiny cup, and I'm going to squish the paper towel down into the bottom of the cup, all the way down to the bottom. I am then going to take my tape and secure that piece of paper towel down into the bottom of my cup. Oh yes, our paper towel's not going anywhere. Then I am going to put my gloves back on so my hands don't get wet. And I'm going to take my cup and I'm going to turn it face down so the opening is right down here. And I'm going to submerge it straight down into my cup of water. The water is totally over the top. Now, shouldn't that paper towel be getting wet? Let's pull it out and find out. I'm going to remove the cup straight up. I'm going to flip the cup over, and my paper towel is still dry inside. When I put the cup down into the water, a bubble of air was trapped, keeping this paper towel completely dry while being completely submerged. Isn't science cool? Oh, I have saved my favorite science experiment for last. This magical creation is called oobleck, and oh boy, is it fun to play with. It's simply a mixture of cornstarch and water, but it breaks all the rules of science. You may be familiar with the states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, and then there's oobleck. This amazing material can be both a solid and a liquid at the same time. And it is very fun to play with. Let me show you more by bringing you in for a close-up. Oobleck is an amazing substance. If I poke it with my finger, it feels hard as a rock, like a solid. But if I gently rest my finger down, it sinks to the bottom like a liquid. It can behave as a solid or a liquid. How cool is this? When I play with the oobleck, I can lift up a big bunch in my hand. I can roll it in my hand to make something resembling a snowball, like a solid. But when I stop moving, oh, my snowball has melted back into oobleck's liquid form. Thank you for joining me for another Asbury Woods virtual visit. I'm Dr. Goodwill, joining you from the backyard of Miss Melissa. We hope to see you soon for another Asbury Woods virtual visit. Have fun doing your mad science.